Let's honestly just pump Cotus to the moon, baby. Cotus to the moon. 7 bat. Let's see what I'm taking from your deck. Give me all them good angels. I saw a Sheltered by Ghosts, so thank you very much. I'll take a Giada. Hey there, neighbor, and welcome to another MTG Arena Standard video. Today, it's all about... I don't know what it's about. Could be a meme. Could be a mill deck. Could honestly just finish them with damage. What I'm talking about is Cotus the Fangkeeper. This legendary zombie warrior creature has indestructible. For 4 mana, he's a 2/1. And I know that doesn't sound amazing, but look at his flavor text. Whenever Cotus deals damage to a player, you get to exile the top X cards of their library, where X is the amount of damage that you dealt. And then you may cast any number of spells with mana value X or less from among them without paying their mana cost. So I had the idea, all right, let's make a deck with Cotus, and then let's just try and pump him up, put counters on him. Of course, a really good way to do that is with Innkeeper's Talent. This 2 mana enchantment, every turn you get to put a +1 counter on target creature. So that is a way that you could grow Cotus every single turn. If you level this one up to level 2, then they get a ward 1 cost, which is kind of nice. Of course, indestructible. It's not too many things that can get rid of him. Of course, in white, you do have quite a bit of exile. Blue, you can bounce him. I guess with black, does nowhere to run. That gives -3/-3, so that would be able to kill Cotus. And I think they also, is it Anoint with Affliction that exiles target creatures? So there are a few ways of getting around indestructible, of course. But then I was thinking like, well, look at this guy. He has a big, like, what is that, chainsaw sword in his right hand, and then his left hand is this hardened diamond dagger. What if we equipped him with some other equipment artifacts? So this Tarian Soul Cleaver, equipped creature gets Vigilance, which would be really nice because then we could attack through every turn. And that's it. They just get Vigilance. Okay. I guess you can start putting counters on them when another artifact or creature is put into the graveyard, but that's not that relevant. And I was looking at this new Dragonfire Blade from the Tarkir set. For 1 mana, you can cast it. And then equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has hexproof from monocolored. So those exile spells that I was just talking about, if it's just mono white or just mono black or just mono blue bounce, you would be protected from those. And I know it says equipped cost is 4, which sounds like a lot, but this ability to equip it costs 1 less for each color of the creature it targets, and Cotus has 3 colors, so the equipment cost of Dragonfire Blade is just 1 mana, so that is really good, I think. So yeah, that's a way that we can start growing our creatures. And then of course there is Leyline Axe for 4 mana. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, has Double Strike and Trample. So of course giving him Cotus Trample would be really good. And then Double Strike would also be amazing, because it says whenever Cotus deals damage to the opponent, you get to exile that many cards. So imagine if he has Double Strike. And then the nice thing about Leyline Axe is if it's in our opening hand, you just get to put it on the battlefield for free. So yeah, whole deck kind of just centered around Cotus, buffing him up with a bunch of different equipment artifacts. And then I was looking at a few other spells from the Tarkir Dragon set, and since we're in the Soul Tide colors, I was looking at Fangkeeper's Familiar. This creature, for 4 mana, it's a 3/3 snake. It has Flash, and when it enters, you can either gain 3 life and surveil 3. You can choose to destroy target enchantment, and we know that there's a ton of enchantments running around right now. And you can also choose to counter target creature spell. So some pretty nice versatility there. There is this Scavenger Regent, and it is just the Omen side. I call it the Meatloaf Massacre because if you guys remember Meat Hook Massacre, this is just like that, just not quite as good, hence the name Meatloaf Massacre. But yeah, each non-dragon creature gets -X until the end of the turn. So again, this is just to kind of try and keep the board clear. Of course, that would give Cotus -X, but hopefully we'd be able to pump him up quite a bit to where he could survive, you know, a -3, maybe even a -4. And then I was also looking at this Qarsi Revenant from the new Tarkir set as well. Flying, Death Touch, Life Linking, Vampire. It's a 3/3 for 3 mana, which honestly pretty good. And it has this renewability. If it's in the graveyard, you can exile this card and put a flying counter, hello, Death Touch counter, hello, and a lifelink counter, hello, on another target creature. Cotus is begging for that. So, yeah, I think this is actually a really nice way to showcase this Qarsi Revenant as well. Hope it can put in some work. And then, of course, we do need a little bit of removal. I already went over the Scavenger Regent, but, of course, you have your Cut Down and Go for the Throat. Just such a good package right there. We have Deep Cavern Bat. Honestly, just to put a body on the board, give it lifelink, and take a look at the opponent's hand. Of course, that can help you stabilize sometimes as well. And then the final creature, I don't think we're ever going to really be paying him for 7 mana, but it's the Phyrexian Flesh Georger, as I call him. Pay him for the 3/3 side, where he is just a 3/3. Does he have menace? Yeah, he has menace and lifelink and that ward ability as well. He's just a 3/3. So another way to hopefully kind of have you stabilize as well. And then a really nice thing about the Phyrexian Flesh Georger is it's an artifact creature, so it does dodge Go for the Throat, which is still definitely running around. So yeah, I kind of want to meme on some opponents today with Cotus. I really don't know how good this deck is. I was just thinking of a way that we could maybe play him. I do really like Innkeeper's Talent, so I kind of thought those two could go together. And then I was thinking like, hey, maybe we can get some equipments onto this creature as well, just to pump him up. So yeah, this is the first iteration of the deck. I'll probably play with this deck quite a bit because I am quite excited to try out Cotus, and I do really want to make him work with this equipment package. So this is version 1 of the deck. I'll play a few games, see how it does, and maybe make some adjustments along the way. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. If you are enjoying my YouTube videos, go ahead and drop a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below of what decks you would like me to see, or just tell me how you're doing. I'll reply to you in the comments. But without further ado, let's get into the games. All right, we get to go first. Lands are kind of slow, but we'll keep it. I guess we can't put the Leyline Axe onto the battlefield, which is nice. And then let's honestly go ahead and scry. 4th land, I don't think we'll take it. We have enough plays for the next few turns. Oh, for a second, I thought it was Cotus. Otis and Cotus. But no, it's just the Fangkeeper's Familiar. Opponent on mono green. Ooh, mono green Elves. Could go Bat. Yeah, you know what? I actually do like the Bat play. And then next turn we can go Innkeeper's Talent and pump him up. So, Elvish Archdruid, definitely the play here. They do have this dinosaur. I wonder if they're playing Craterhoof Behemoth. I've been thinking of a Craterhoof Behemoth deck myself. So maybe if the opponent cooks up some fire right now, maybe we'll play this deck list as well. Could go ahead and give our Bat +2. Could also go ahead and give it Double Strike. Let's just get the talent going. And then next turn, can go ahead and equip some of these things to our Bat. Maybe our Bat can solo. I think the Double Strike is the play next turn. So 3 plus the 1 from the Innkeeper's Talent. So it will be a swing for 8 life. Could also play this one. What do we do? What do we do? Then we have 1. None of these cost 1. I guess we could do that, though. Well, we already have leveled that one up. You know what? I'm honestly just going to equip the axe to it. We're going to see if the little bat who could can go ahead and solo. So they're down to 10 life. Next turn, we will equip the Dragonfire Blade. So can they do 22 damage to us? That is no Craterhoof Behemoth. And I think the little bat that everyone finds so annoying, myself included, is going to go ahead and solo them. Yikes. Big swing through for 14 damage. Bap. Go up to 19 life. How about another hit? Bap. Go up to 26 life. Yo, GG. All right, opponent gets to go first, but this is a really good hand. We have turn 1 play, turn 2 play into our turn 3 Qarsi Revenant. So I can dig it. I can dig it. And then, yeah, the Soul Cleaver can actually give this guy Vigilance, which is really nice. Even though, ooh, opponent on a poison counter deck that you absolutely hate to see. We will go ahead and get down Innkeeper's Talent. Did find Cotus. Did find Mr. Cotus. That's a vampire. That's a zombie warrior. Yeah, so opponent just gonna poison us out, which, yeah, you hate to see that. So yeah, lifelink and death touch, completely irrelevant. Also the flying, I don't think they really played too many creatures, so. Opponent really thinking about these 3 cards that they want. Probably take a land. Yeah, so it is. We're missing blue again. Come on. All right, I really hope we can draw a untapped blue source. If we don't get the untapped blue source, we will go ahead and upgrade our Innkeeper's Talent. Dude. Alright, yeah, so these giving minus counters is another really good way. And to get to draw 2 cards. And we missed our blue land drop. We finally hit it there. So let's go ahead and look at with the bat. Return target non-land. Gets -1. We will take this one, and then we will go ahead and level up the talent. So now our little bat has Ward 1. So they will have to pay 3 mana. That isn't instant, though. Oh, ay. And yeah, if they just keep that one up. Ooh, they do tap out for that, though. Alright, I am going to risk it. So now this -1/-1 won't do much. They do hit their land drop. So I think paying for the Ward 1 won't be too difficult for them. I don't think we're going to play any more spells anymore so that they can't counter it. Yeah, this opponent just has too much interaction for us. Which really sucks for us. Well, they are drawing a card there. Alright, let's just level this boy up all the way to level 3. Go to next. He still dies. That is only sorcery speed, though. So we will be able to, if we can attack through. Do they have a bounce spell? Well, at least they wouldn't be able to proliferate. There they are proliferating there. Can they just finish us next turn? All right, so they can't target our Cotus anymore, which I'm happy about. But we are up to 6 poison counters. All right, that you love to see. We got no poison counter from that. Now, exile the top 5. Draw 2 cards. Oh, we will go ahead and play this one. We will go ahead and play this one. And we will go ahead and draw 2 cards. And we'll give the opponent 2 poison counters. So, look at me. I am the poison counter deck. Can they give us 4 poison counters this turn with 5 mana? I guess they can play that themselves. 7 poison counters. Opponent with 2 mana. They are holding up this stupid counter spell, though. Oh, I guess they're not? Okay, yeah, I don't think we can finish them, though. Well, we could do this for 1 to get rid of the... Oh. I wanted to use the Omen side. Well, we can go ahead and look at their hand. -1, exile target creature. Well, okay, we'll take this one because that one says proliferate. And then, yeah, we'll just give Cotus. So they do have to block with their little skull dweller. They have to be equipped. Okay, this really isn't the best. Yo, and they miss a land drop, which you love to see. I guess they can do that. So we're going to go up to 9 poison counters. No. Well, at least that was their own creature. That is a counter spell. That's useless for them. I really meant to play the Omen side. We could have attacked through for at least 5 damage, maybe 7. Oh. Oh, wait, we can do this, though, right? We can give this guy flying. I don't think they can counter that. Yo, let's go. And then, yeah, let's just go ahead and equip this one. Let's go next. All right, so we're doing 13 damage to them. We get to exile 9 cards from their library. Oh my gosh, we hit so many lands. All right, we'll cast that one. We'll cast that one. And we'll decline that one. All right, that is so sad that we hit so many lands for them. No, I think they can get it with that. Oh, that is so lame. Ah. Yeah, I think I misplayed that one turn, even though, nah, we wouldn't have been able to mill them out. That's also so sad that I exiled so many lands for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we got 6 lands, and we dealt 9 damage or something. All right, that was a really close game, though. All right, we'll keep this. Go ahead and get down Dragonfire Blade. If they are mono white, then the protection from monocolored would be really, really nice. Of course, they can just remove that artifact themselves, which they do. That's honestly super crazy. Don't think the opponent's really paying attention. All right, you can go ahead and flash in the Fangkeeper's Familiar. I think that's what we'll do. Could also play the Axe, which is nice. I think we just hold up our removal. They might be playing Elspeth. They are up to 4 mana. This could be number 5, but I think they miss a land drop. So let's go ahead, flash this boy in. We will 100% surveil. Cotus, 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 where are you? I did do a slight update to the deck. I included 4 copies of Cotus now, so... Alright, let's just play our little dragon boy. I don't really see them playing too many creatures. It looks more like a mono-white control deck. Ooh, do nothing from the opponent. Let's go ahead and equip this one. Alright, so we have protection now, which is really nice. So yeah, let's just go ahead and swing through for 6. A BAP. And then let's just end the turn. Keep up. Go for the throat, even though, like I said, I don't really picture them playing too many creatures. Yeah, opponent's just doing nothing. They did miss a land drop. I do wonder if they're holding on to a... what's it called? Sunfall. We'll put him in the graveyard. We can still activate this one, and then we can give this guy lifelink. Should be quite nice. Opponent could also be playing Ugin. Could honestly go ahead and get down the Axe. Let's do it. Like I said, I really don't think cut down's doing much in our hand. So that is a big fat 7 damage. They are dead next turn. I feel like if they hit their land drop, though, we will see a Sunfall. Yeah, sometimes they just have it, but we can just say, hey, do you have it again? Can go ahead and play Innkeeper's Talent next turn. Do you have it again? We have protection from monocolored, so your Get Lost is doing nothing for you. And I know you're holding on to those. I don't know how much artifact removal you have. Archangel Elspeth, I think that's GG. So these cut downs are going to come in handy. And like I said, could go ahead and play Innkeeper's Talent to put a +1 counter on our little dragon boy. Even if they did play a flying creature, we'd have enough to 2 mana to do that one. Could even level it up and use to go for the throat still. So, yeah, clean game. I'm kind of sad we didn't see a single Otis. Like I said in the beginning of this match, I made a small tweak to the deck. Now have 4 copies of Otis, and we're a third through our deck and haven't seen a single one. That is a feels bad moment, but what is a feels good moment is this Dragonfire Blade protection from monocolored. I guarantee you they were holding on to at least 1 more copy of Get Lost. So just, yeah, being able to protect your creatures, really, really nice. So GG, and on to the next one. All right, we got to go first. We'll keep this. Leyline Axe can just come down on turn 1. We can go Bat on turn 2. Hopefully the opponent isn't too aggressive. Could be the enchantment deck. Oh, they're the Quarry Steelcutter. This one makes us sacrifice, right? Oh no, it just deals 3 damage. I still think we take that one. That says exile target creature or vehicle. Alright, yeah, we really need to find our... We really need to find our... What's that called? That Dragonfire sword. Gives us protection from monocolored, so then they wouldn't really be able to hit us. We'll just go ahead. Oh no, that's sorcery. They do have that chainsaw. It's the Fangkeeper's familiar. That just says... Ooh, the axe does give +1, so we could... Oh, my nose is itchy. I have a nose hair, sorry. Could go ahead and play the axe, but then... Yeah, they'll just exile him next turn. We would gain 4 life that way. I think we flash him in next turn. Yeah, I think we flash in our Fangkeeper's familiar. Yeah, there's the chainsaw. They have a nurturing pixie, bro. Yeah, we'll still flash him in. We will still flash him in, and then we can go ahead and surveil. We're looking for Cotus. Gain 3 life, which is nice. Come on, Cotus, where are you? You're our only hope. Cotus is our only hope. Ooh, Innkeeper's Talent is a nice draw. Yeah, we'll 100% go with that. And then we can equip this one. And then that is a 5/5 double striker. So they're down to 8. They probably go with Ride's End. If they use 2 chainsaws for that, I'm honestly okay with that. Can go ahead and hit them with a big -2 next turn with the Meatloaf Massacre. We are only up to 21. Which another one of these guys? Oh, I keep misplaying. I meant to do -2, and they have a Beanstalk. Alright, well, they can't really attack into us. They get to discover. It's another Beanstalk. They are all tapped out. Do we just win? I think we just win. I don't know why they tapped out. That's honestly kind of crazy. Okay, sure. Honestly, kind of crazy that they tapped out. So 100% we'll go ahead and equip that one. And then let's get that trash off the battlefield. And then swing through for a big 17 damage because he has double strike. We're getting the +1 counter from that one. So I don't know why they didn't keep up Ride's End. Did have the Ward 1, so they just had to keep 2 mana open. Don't get why they didn't do that. But yeah, hey, beat this, yeah, Pixie Bounce deck. GG. It is so hard to find Cotus. It makes me sad. Honestly, I wonder if I should just totally switch up the deck. Maybe cut out Fangkeeper's Familiar. Alright, we will keep a removal. And then just maybe use Overlord of the Hauntwoods to produce the Everywhere land for us. That honestly might be better. Non-creature. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at your hand. I don't think you can actually make us discard anything. That is pretty funny. Discard, exiles a card, and cut down. Yo, opponent. Opponent is bringing the fire today. Oh, we can't equip the axe? Let's go. Bop. Bop. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the Scavenger Regent. Let's hope they don't have a cut down. They just attack with their little rat. Alright, we are going to flash in the Fangkeeper's Familiar. Go ahead and smack them for 4 more. And then on their turn, we'll flash this one in. And then we'll go ahead and surveil. Bop, bop. Oh, I clicked through too fast. Oh. My opponent literally on a 2-turn clock right now. They do have to remove our bat. Each opponent discards 2 cards. Yeah, I'm just gonna flash this one in right now. Gain 3 and surveil. Do they have a cut down? They don't, so you already know we're playing this Dragonfire Blade. And that is another game where this little deep cavern bat just absolutely smacked the opponent into oblivion, up to 40 life. Oh, guys, I'm so sad. Alright, guys, this first ever mid-video deck update. Still playing Cotus, the Fangkeeper, and there is just honestly way too much exile running around right now, and I've found it so hard to actually get up to 4 mana to hit our Cotus, so I've taken out a lot of the equipments. I still might take out one of the Leyline Axe. I do really want to try the Dragonfire Blade, so I'm keeping that one in. And like I said, I sometimes get to 3 mana or the 4th land comes in tapped, which really sucks. So we're up to 3 copies of Llanowar Elves. And then we're going to try and pump up Cotus in another way. We have a lot of pump spells. So we have Frantic Strength, enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has trample. Staggering Size, target creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample. Overprotect. Hopefully we can hold this up on our turn. But, you know, maybe opponent shields down. Also gets +3/+3, gains trample and hexproof until the end of the turn. Also indestructible, but Cotus is already indestructible. Have 1 Tyvar stand. Target creature gets +X/+X and gains hexproof until end of turn. And then 1 giant growth as well. Target creature gets +3/+3 until the end of the turn. So, yeah, it blew my mind how many exiling things there are. So, mid-deck update. Let's go with this, and let's see how this works for us. All right, we'll keep this. Oh, guys, I'm so sad. This is a new YouTuber moment. I had 2 really good games with Cotus, and I just wasn't filming. Oh, no attacks from us. Man. All right, opponent on red-green. I don't think they'll have anything. To get rid of Cotus once we eventually do play him, if we can ever find him. A bunch of pump spells right now. Go ahead and keep our Llanowar Elf alive. Whenever this creature attacks, look at the top 6. You may reveal a dragon card. All right, that's some power. Should we do it to him? All right, what do you know about this big, thick elf right here? Oh, I did not mean to do that. Let's pass. Let's get that creature out of here. Oh. Yeah, that is the only problem with this deck now. Is... Oh, man. Okay, I hope they're not playing that infinite combo. Deals 3 damage to target creature. Yeah. I don't think we really need the Llanowar Elf at this point anymore. Oh, and we drew him. Let's go. All right, next turn, we're going to pump him up to the moon. This one gives him trample, so... All right, let's hope they don't hit something crazy, like an Itali. A Magmatic Hellkite, I'll keep that. They do get to destroy our non-basic land, so we'll only have 3 mana to work with, but we can hit them with a Giant Growth and a Staggering Size. So, and I think we want to get green. Oh, we can only cast 1 spell this turn. Oh, comes in tapped. All right, well, we'll still go with this one. At least be able to take out their Magmatic Hellkite. They let us hit that. That's honestly kind of crazy. Yes, I'll take Bloomvine Regent. I'll take Llanowar Elf. I will take this Coglan. And I will take a Breaching Dragonstorm. I mean, I guess we might as well. That sends it back to their hand. That is too funny, my boy. All right, let's hope they don't hit anything crazy. Yeah, there's an Itali. I don't think they can really hit too much off of our deck. I guess in their deck they could hit another one. Ooh, what did they hit from us? Yes. All right, so they had a really bad hit there. Ooh, if they swing through with that, I'm honestly kind of fine with that. Because we're going to get plus... We're going to give Cotus +8 and trample, so... I mean, I guess they can double block, but... And they'll... Yeah, they're just going to play a Breaching Dragonstorm. No, he gave up. Why? Alright, well, this is the first game. You guys are seeing, like I said, I had 2 other games with Cotus that did really well. And yeah, I'm liking this build so much more than the equipment one, so... Let's get a few more games. GG. All right, I've played a few games with this new version already. Like I said, a few of them I wasn't recording like an idiot. I can't believe how hard it is to find Cotus, so I nearly want to mulligan until we actually do have him in our hand, which here we do, so I will keep this hand. And yeah, now we just need to hope we draw our 4th land drop. Go ahead and keep up Cut Down. Opponent probably on a go wide cat deck, which is pretty cool. Cat Druid. Ooh, they're playing their own Giant Growth. That's pretty cool. We are looking for a land drop. We'll go ahead and take 2. All right, well, yeah, let's really hope we can draw an untapped land on turn 4. Otherwise, might be a blowout. Helpful Kitten is fine. I think we will just go ahead and remove this guy right now. I know they have way more cats that can pump up their board. I forgot what that one cat is called, but has that... What's it called? A Lord effect. Alright. Cotus. I will take 1 damage for that. No problem. Let's hope you can stay on the board. We can give you trample, and that one also gives trample. Alright, I might save... Oh, I don't even have 2 green, so... Alright, it seems like we're only just going to cast 1 of these right now. Felidar Savior. Pretty good draw for them. Distribute 2 counters? That's pretty nice. Alright, we draw another one of those. Alright, so let's just go ahead and attack. Let's hope they just block with 1 dude. Honestly, let's hope they block with no one. Because our boy, he's growing up. Look at that. Can I just choose to do... Nah, I have to. Alright, let's just auto-assign. Alright, so we get 2 cards from their library. I guarantee it's going to be 2 lands. Not quite, but it might as well have been. Doesn't matter. Next turn, we have the exact same play coming through. Yeah, now here's the problem, though. Is they're just going to start pressuring us. Hopefully they don't have another play. Oh, and of course it's a tapped green source. Ooh, do they have instant speed removal? Oh, they're not blocking us? Alright, so we get 5 cards from the top of their library. Hopefully they're good ones. Bap, hit him for 5. Let's see 5 bombs. Oh, that's a sorcery. Oh, and then it deals damage. All right, yeah, let's get rid of that one. All right, so we're not hitting the best off their library. I do get to draw a card from that, which is nice. All right, so next turn we have these 2 coming through. They probably have a pump spell of their own. They probably have a pump spell of their own. Let's see what they do. I think they should attack us because... Oh, they don't. They're scared. Of course, it's another tapped land. Doesn't really matter. All right. We'll just send Cotus. Both of these are instants. So we can give him +5. So he would go up to a 8/7. His toughness literally doesn't matter because he is indestructible. Yo, and they don't do anything again? Okay, let's go. I'm scared. What are they holding on to? It might be a giant growth from their end. We got our own. All right, come on, Cotus. Take us home, please. Bap, 8 damage. Right to the dome. Come on, opponent. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, unicorn is nice. Oh, I wish I could reorder these. Ooh, enchanted creature gets +2. Has trample and lifelink. Yo, let's go. And then we can get rid of their Savannah Lion. And then we have a flying Dawning Marshal. All right, I think we got them. I'm surprised they didn't block us. Yeah, it's not going to save your lion, buddy. I'm sorry. All right, Cotus is a 13/13 life-linking trampler, and we will take a Tyvar stand. Yes, let's go. All right, that was a good one. That was a fun one. Opponent, is this the starter deck? I do feel a little bit bad. I have a feeling this is one of the starter decks. But yeah, I'm surprised they didn't block him. But yeah, anyways, 8 hits off the top of their library. That last one was pretty good, so let's go. GG. All right, we go first, but like I was saying in the previous game, we really just need a mulligan until we have Cotus. I don't think I'm taking 2 mulligans, though, so we don't have double black for that one, and I'll get rid of the Staggering Size. Go ahead and get down the Elf on turn 1. Opponent with Orzhov colors, so honestly, too many cards to count that can get around indestructible. Let's just start to name them. Sheoldred's Edict, Liliana. Oh, we drew them. Let's go. All right, how can they get rid of indestructible? Sheoldred's Edict, Liliana, Nowhere to Run. Yeah, a bunch of white spells. Soul Partition. Sunfall. What else is there? So many. Like Banishing Light. Oh, they let us hit? Let's go. And a Go for the Throat. You already know. All right, yeah, there's a ton of like enchantments. All right, we got them. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Even when I get Cotus down with the indestructible counter on him, and yeah, I see Orzhov. Yeah, white and black I think really have the most type of ways to get around indestructible, which, you know, makes sense. Red doesn't really have anything. Green doesn't really have anything. Blue can of course bounce quite a bit, but yeah, that was a nice hit. I think we knew that this opponent was playing the Raise the Past type of deck, but yeah, that was a very quick game. All right, you guys know the deal. Take 1 mulligan and we have him. That you love to see. And what do we get rid of? All right, let's look at these. Gets +3, trample, hexproof, and indestructible. And this one is +3 and just trample. So overprotect. Way better card than Staggering Size. All right. Let's draw a land, please. I'll even take a tapped land game. Mono green, hopefully. You love to see that. This creature becomes a werewolf. I don't really care about that. Let's just hold up, Go for the Throat. And please, game. 40% chance to draw a land. I'm begging you. All right, opponent on Simic colors. All right, opponent ships it to the bottom. And it is our turn. Yes, let's go. Cotus online. Next turn, we can go with the Overprotect and equip the Dragonfire Blade. I actually really like this Dragonfire Blade. We have protection from monocolored right now, which is amazing. And that one can tap to add mana. Let's just get rid of him right now. And if they want to block, they will lose their creature. Oh, yes, take the elf. Yes. Look at the top 4. Oh, I will take that creature, and sure, I will take that creature. Anyways, like I was saying, I actually really like the Dragonfire Blade. I haven't seen anyone play it. 1 mana, really cheap to get it down, and then to target Cotus, haha, they take him back to their hand. That's fine. Yeah, let's just attack with Cotus. But yeah, like I was saying, equip cost is 4, but it's 1 less. Gains trample. So we're looking at 5 cards from the top of their library. Thank you very much, Dr. Xylene. Anyways, I keep getting distracted. I'm sorry. Dragonfire Blade, 1 mana. Equip cost is 4, but it costs 1 less for each color of the creature you're equipping it to. Cotus has 3 colors, which honestly is a little bit of a curse. I have found it quite difficult to hit all the colors needed. So, but yeah, that's a huge upside. And then he has hexproof from monocolored. This creature, for instance. Oh no, it's not that one. I thought there was another creature that like bounced. Yeah, return target creature an opponent controls to their hand. So this mono blue creature would not be able to target Cotis. So I actually really like the Dragonfire Blade in this deck. And yeah, you see when we actually connect with the combo, it is quite a bit of fun. Yeah, this opponent, I think, playing more of a value engine with more small creatures to like bounce and draw cards. So yeah, unfortunately we didn't hit anything too powerful from their deck. But yeah, GG, on to the next. All right, opponent goes first. Finally have a hand with Cotis, and we can get him down on turn 3. I've seen this creature so often today. Honestly, kind of crazy. All right, turn 3 Cotis. Feeling good. Did I play against this guy earlier? I swear I saw the exact same intro. Yeah, untapped land is fine, and then we'll get rid of their druid just so that they don't have 4 mana this upcoming turn. This one can add blue, green, black, so we have all the colors that we will need, please. All right, well, I spoke too soon. He's coming down on turn 4, and then the next few turns we can give him hexproof, which is nice. Hopefully they don't have any bounce spells. I dropped 3 overprotect. Okay. This gives trample, right? Yeah. That one gives trample, which is nice. Okay. I love when opponents don't read. Let's just attack through. Next. Why do you have to block? Alright. So we're doing 8 damage, or 5 damage to the opponent. Let me see these 5 powerful cards. Land, 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 land. Alright. That one's nice. Opponent gives up. Yeah, that's honestly another... I don't want to say a problem with the deck. I mean, a win is a win, but oftentimes you'll hit the opponent just once and they will just give up. Let's see what we got. Draw a card for each different mana value. So we're just drawing 1 card. And I guess we could have created a token that's a copy of this giant. So pretty good hit, honestly. All right, GG. All right, we get to go first, and we have Cotis in our opening hand. It is our lucky day. Never hits their 4th land drop. Okay, game. Please. Give me a tapped land this turn. Oh. Yo, it's rigged. I've rigged it. Okay, mono white, of course, does have a boatload of exile. I'm going to risk it. Please no banishing light or... soul partition. All right, it looks like we're up against angels, which is amazing. All right, let's see if they want to block. Next. Elspeth's Smite does 3 damage. Okay, homie, I don't think you read the indestructible part. I love when that happens. And then, should we get rid of... Let's honestly just pump Cotis to the moon, baby. Cotis to the moon. 7 bat. Let's see what I'm taking from your deck. Give me all them good angels. I saw a Sheltered by Ghosts, so thank you very much. I'll take a Giada. Sure. Sure. I should have actually played... Oh, see, look, this is another one. Static Snare. Crazy. And Giada. All right, decline. So Giada is going to pump up all of our angels. I think I backed up the wrong creature, but that was phenomenal. Yeah. Maybe there was another game earlier that you guys saw. Maybe, I can't remember. Maybe I won't include it, but someone I think tried to use a go for the throat on Cotus. They're just not reading these new cards, which, yeah, kind of funny. I feel like you don't even need to read this card. You can kind of see that symbol down there. So, but yeah, maybe a new player. But yeah, Elspeth's Smite does not exile, but I should honestly write these cards down, put them in the sideboard of the outro. We'll go to the outro in a second. There are just so many ways to get around indestructible. But yeah, that hit them for 7, and I think we didn't hit a single land, which is amazing, and we got 7 amazing hits. These two, of course, they just have one creature. So Sheltered by Ghosts was going to take Giada, and then if they did have another creature, we could have gotten rid of them with one of these. So that was amazing. And then, yeah, we hit a bunch of angels. I think we hit 2 Giadas from their deck, so they are down probably the best angel in their deck. Giada, of course, making all of the other angels come in with some +1 counters on them. So that was an absolute blowout. Let's go. Hey there, neighbor. We are back with the post-game wrap, and this is the second day of filming. I know in the middle of the video there will be a mid-video update. The deck has changed quite a bit from the original deck idea that I had for it, which, playing with the card Cotis, I wanted to equip a bunch of equipment artifacts to him just to pump him up that way. That was definitely not the move. There are just so many good pump spells. For 1 mana, it gives your creature +3. For 2 mana, it gives it +3 and trample, which of course was an issue. If the opponent does have some blockers, they will try and block Cotus. And yeah, even if he is like a 9/7 or something like that, if he doesn't have trample, he's not getting through. So I really like these. This Overprotect gains +3 and trample. Staggering Size gains +3 and trample. Giant Growth, no. Yeah, I think the Frantic Strength, yeah, +2 and trample. This one isn't an enchantment aura that stays. I was like, why is this 3 mana and only gives him +2? But this is an enchantment that actually stays on the creature, which is nice. And then, yeah, we have Tyvar stand for some hexproof, and Overprotect for hexproof as well. And honestly, low-key, of course, Cotus was the MVP of the deck. It's so fun to just meme with him. But honestly, this Dragonfire Blade, it just costs 1 mana to get on the battlefield, which is nice and cheap. And then the equip cost of 4, if we're targeting Cotus, it's only an equip cost of 1 because it is the cost is reduced by 1 for every color on the creature that we're equipping to. And Cotus has 3 colors. 4 minus 1. Quick math, guys. Sorry, 4 minus 3, because the 3 colors in Cotus is 1. That's the quick math. And then the best part about the Dragonfire Blade, this creature has hexproof from mono-colored spells. And there are just so many ways to get around indestructible. It's honestly kind of crazy. I'll make a quick tiny edit right now. I'll include all of the cards I know in the sideboard because there are just so many. All right, we are back with the sideboard. I just, as quickly as I went, typed in all the cards I know from the top of my head really quickly. I'm sure I missed a few, but just all the ways to actually get around indestructible right now. I'm sure, without a doubt, you guys have seen Momentum Breaker, sacrifice a creature. Shieldred's Edict, such a good card. Sacrifice a creature. Tithing Blade. I saw in one of the Pixie decks I played against, there was a game, a guy had 2 Terra Sunders in basically their opening hand. I think they maybe drew 3 cards or something, and it was like, oh my gosh, really? I haven't seen Terra Sunder in so long, but still, great way to exile in green, which you would think person doesn't really have. Of course, Liliana the Veil, great planeswalker. Gix's Command, you don't see it that often anymore. See it every once in a while, but yeah, another way to make you sacrifice. Liliana Dredgehorge General, I love this Planeswalker. And yeah, -4. Each player sacrifices two creatures. Nowhere to Run gives your creature -3/-3. So that's another one that I don't have in here that I forgot about. And the what's the black little dragon? Let's go dragon. Let's look in the colors of black. Yeah, this one, the Scavenger Regent. It has that Meatloaf Massacre side of each creature gets -X/-X, or each non-dragon creature gets -X/-X. That's another way to get rid of Cotus. And then white is the other color that's pretty scary. There's the Dusk Rose Reliquary. Don't see it that often, but Lay Down Arms, super common card. Blue has a lot of bounce spells. Of course, Into the Floodmaw, really good bounce spell. Exercise, Ossification, Sheltered by Ghosts. So many people are running Sheltered by Ghosts. Soul Partition, Exile target non-land permanent. Into the Royal, Perilous Snare, Sealed from Existence. I have way more cards down here. I don't know why it's not showing me. Sorry. Sealed from Existence. This Dispersal card, Buried in the Garden. Sunfall, of course, such a good removal card. So dumb. This Town Ain't Big Enough. Everyone knows that card. And even Jeskai Revelation right now can return target permanent to their owner's hand. So those are just, like I said, some quick ways from the top of my head. I just typed in the search bar up here of just, ways to exile creatures, which is so annoying because even though Cotus does have Indestructible, I never really feel safe playing him in a lot of these colors. If they are just like purely mono green, mono red, of course, if it's mono red aggro, can you survive until turn 4? Maybe not, but so yeah, mono red, mono green, those are the only two colors where you kind of feel safe. If you see black or white, that's when you really start to worry, just because of all the exile and sacrifice effects. So this deck was a lot of fun. I really like this updated version that we played against. I think you guys saw how much I was struggling in the first version I made to actually hit Cotus. I think we originally started with 3 copies of him, and I just never ever had him in my opening hand. So we're up to 4 copies of Cotus right now. And in the first version I made with a lot of these artifact equipments, it just wasn't cutting it really. So yeah, this new version, Cotus, like I said, it's really funny. He's really not the best though. And a lot of the opponents, I think I got quite a few games where Cotus actually did pop off today. Most of the opponents let you just hit them once, maybe twice, and then they just give up. Because, people really don't like it when you play the cards from their deck. So it is funny when it works. It is kind of reliable, but I will say it like this. You do really want to mulligan until you have him in your hand. There will be a few games that you guys won't see where Cotus wasn't in my opening hand, and we had Giant Growth, Tyvar Stand, Staggering Size, Frantic Strength, Overprotect in our opening hand, and it's like, okay, well, I literally have no interaction with the opponent whatsoever. So you do have to mulligan kind of aggressively to actually get Cotus in your opening hand. And then when you do, I think those are the games that are the best. Because like I said, you really don't have much interaction. Of course, Llanowar Elves and this Qarsi Revenant are other creatures that you can play down. We do have Cut Down and Go for the Throat just to remove some creatures early on in the game. But other than that, I guess Qarsi Revenant is a nice creature. I don't know how I feel about him in the deck, though. I originally included him for that renew mechanic, but it's never once come up. So, and same with the Leyline Axe. I feel like with this new version of the deck, you don't really need these cards. So honestly, what I would probably do is, and I'll include this deck list in the description of the video in case you guys do want to craft it, but I would say don't craft it. Just enjoy the video of me memeing on the opponents because it's really not the best. But if you do want to craft it, if you do have all the wild cards and you're like, I want to try this deck out, I would cut the Leyline Axe, and I would cut the Qarsi Revenant. And then honestly, maybe go up 1 copy of Llanowar Elves, so you have 4 of him, because I think in a few of the games you saw how nice it is if you go Llanowar Elf on turn 1 or even turn 2, and then turn 3 you play an untapped land, and you can play Cotus on turn 3. That feels so nice. So yeah, I would go up 1 more copy of Llanowar Elf, and then so if you're cutting those 3 cards, you have 2 copies left over. You could honestly go Snakeskin Veil, just to give him hexproof. That might be quite nice, because a lot of Overprotect and, is it Tyvar Stand? Yeah, hexproof. I guess Tyvar Stand is kind of like a Snakeskin Veil, but you might also want to use this on your turn when you're attacking the opponent. Snakeskin Veil just gives you a clean hexproof. So you could do that. I guess instead of hexproof, you could also go with Shore Up, the 1 mana blue instant that also gives you hexproof and +1, I think, as well. So yeah, maybe go 2 copies of Shore Up then, cut Leyline Axe, and cut the Qarsi Revenant, and I think you'll be good to go then. But yeah, I've been rambling long enough. Cotus, it is really funny when you smack the opponent, and you can, you know, smack them for quite a bit of damage, take a lot of cards from the top of their deck. I think in a few of the games, we were able to punch the opponent and, you know, get a few good cards. Yeah, sometimes you get, you know, 3 or 4 lands, and that also feels kind of bad. So yeah, I think Cotus is more of a meme, but this new version that we had, we definitely popped off with him, which is nice. And yeah, low-key, I might honestly try this Dragonfire Blade in a few other decks, just because, yeah, giving your equipped creature +2/+2, that's nice, but the hexproof from monocolored stuff is just chef's kiss. That is really nice. So I was actually quite happy with this card as well. So yeah, maybe you guys opened up a bunch of packs from the Tarkir set, and yeah, maybe you drew a Dragonfire Blade and you're like, oh, this rare, that's such a lame rare, which I agree, you probably want other things, but hey, maybe this gives you an idea to try it in one of your decks. So yeah, if you guys are liking the videos, drop a thumbs up, and yeah, leave a comment what was your favorite game, or just a comment about anything else. How are you doing in life? And yeah, I'm just gonna end it like I always end it. I love you all. Peace out.